This is a review on my open Bible. This is my first open Bible. It is a New American Standard and it is by Nelson. This Bible was actually a gift, and it's quite nice. It is a hardback and it is glued binding, which does not bother me one bit because this Bible is so nice inside. And also, thank you for the pens. These are really hard to get here, so I've been having trouble getting them, so this is great, and I use 005s. So thanks very much for those as well. And these ones as well. I know these ones aren't for the Bible, but I can use these in my notebooks and stuff like that, so thanks very much for those as well. They're great. Back to the Bible. Now, this Bible is completely clean inside except for someone's name up the top. Other than that, there's no other markings in this Bible. You got your presentation page, then your introduction page. Now, there's no diagrams in this Bible, so it's completely different from some of the other open Bibles I've seen on the internet. So there's the information. So it was printed in the States. It's a 78-79 Bible Studies. And this printed, I think, that's the print date is 83, 82, well, 83 I'm presuming. So, okay. So what we've got here at the beginning, because there's no diagram on showing you how to use the references and stuff inside this, see how you've got, like there you've got the little R and a T in verse 2 and what they stand for. Well, normally they give you a diagram picture. I think they give it to you, where did I see a diagram picture? But it was just for the cross-reference, this was for the encyclopedia. Yeah. This is the only diagram they give you to use in the references, and that's just for the encyclopedia part of this Bible. You need to read this. I had to read this to find out what all those marks mean, and I'll explain those to you later when we get through. So sometimes it helps if you read, you know, the instructions. Normally, you know, you get a piece of furniture and you've got to put it together. I call it the destructions because they're terrible. But yeah, these are actually pretty good. You need to read them. Okay, you've got the contributors to this Bible. There's quite a few of them. And I'll pan down so that you can see. And this actually gives you the contents of what is actually in this Bible. It's not an overly thick study Bible either, so quite surprising with all these other helps that you get in this Bible. It's quite amazing. And there you have the books, the Old and the New Testament. Now they're listed in alphabetical order, and then they're also listed as they are in the Bible. Yeah. And they also give you page numbers. So if you're new to this, if you're new to a Bible, they give you the page number of each book so that it's easier for a newbie to use this Bible, which is quite a good idea. And then you have here on how to study the Bible. This over here will explain the general format of it and also your special markings. So it's quite a fair bit on how to study the Bible. It's a good read if you're interested in that. Then you've got your weights and your measures, that sort of stuff. It's quite a clear print. This paper is so nice. It really is. It's a nice paper, and yes, the only diagram. and this is what everyone raves about. It's not that much different, I found, than to the Thompson chain, but this is actually in the front of it. The Bible. This is actually in front of the Bible, and as a Thompson chain has stuff listed down the side with your chain references, this does not. So that's pretty much, yeah. But it is quite a good setup, this Bible. I like the outline of it. And all this, which is quite a lot, is all the helps. It's all the index at the front. And that's quite a bit compared, considering the size of this Bible. That is quite a lot. I was really impressed with it. I've looked through a bit of it. It's taken me a little while to work out how to use it, as I've never had an open Bible before. You have the introduction thing. You don't have the little buckets and the keys and whatever else you see on the newer ones. This one just says your title, the nature, and the authorship, and you've got your outline and stuff like that. Which these are pretty good, the introductions to it. You also here have a Jewish calendar. It goes through, I mean, this paper is just so nice. Now I'll go through some of what the insides mean. Okay, so you have a T. Now if you go here, if you go down to here, they're talking about birds of the sky, with birds of the heavens. So that's the reference they're using for the T. Your textual note is this one here. And then you'll have in here, you'll see an R, and an R in the verses means it's a reference. So, and here's your reference at the end of the verse. There it is here. And same here, you've got a T again, and this one. So it'll take me a little while to get used to the references at the end of each verse. I'm not used to that in a Bible, so that will take me a little bit of getting used to. I'm used to a center column reference. But so far this book is really nice. I like that it's got heaps of subheadings in this book. It is really nice. The paper in this is nice, and ghosting, I mean, you see more ghosting on this than I see, but this is just, I see hardly any ghosting when I'm looking at it. Through the camera, you will see more. This paper is just so nice. This is where I'm up to at the moment in my readings. This is my second time through the Bible this year. So I don't follow any reading plan. I just read. Sometimes I read more than in one day than I would normally, and yeah, so it's just easier for me not to follow a reading plan. Now, these stars took me a while to work out as well. It's actually prophecy. So you've got this one here, and then you've got a reference, which is Matthew 11:10-14. So we go to Matthew 10:11-14, which I've got it marked here to make things easier for everyone. Or make it easier for me anyway. And it'll be the same star you'll get, but it'll be open, which means prophecy's been fulfilled. That took me a little while to work that out because I couldn't find out where those stars were. That's why I had to read that front part to actually explain what all the little bits are in the writings, because I haven't seen another video out there that, I mean, they do all these reviews on this open Bible, but nobody actually explains the references and stuff inside in the actual Bible itself. So if we go back a bit, because I just wanted to show you a few more other things in this. Now, this is in the middle between, this is after the Old Testament. This is in the middle before the New Testament. You got between the Testaments, and it explains a few things like the Alexander the Great and a lot of the other things that happened, and the Maccabees. Then I found this quite interesting. Have only read bits and pieces of this, but I will go back and read the majority of it. And this is about the Apocrypha and the books in the Apocrypha. So it's quite in depth talking about it as well. That's a really good read as well. You also have a year read through the Bible, writing, Bible plan. You have the harmonics of the Gospels. Sorry, excuse me. And there's quite a bit of that, quite a few pages. And then we have here, we're missing, no, we have the start of the New Testament, and it is a red letter. Okay. Now it actually gives you the background, the canon, the language. So that's quite interesting as well. We've got a few more, a little bit more about the text of the New Testament. The Christian Life Study Outlines and Notes. This is quite interesting as well. I found this quite interesting on how they use this. And this relates to, with your verses and stuff, you will see it will relate to, and I'll try and find one, the underlining in the New Testament. So these will actually help you with this here. When you see this, they actually go to the underlining of the New Testament for your studies. The red lettering in this is quite nice. It's nice, it's even, it's not too dark, it's not too light. I did find only one problem with it, with the red, and I think it was in marking, it was just one page. That one side was a little bit lighter than the other. I'm not sure which page it was now, but I mean, you wouldn't really notice it. It was that minute. If you're just being a little bit of OCD, you'd notice it. But that red is nice. This is verse by verse as well, so I like verse by verse, so it's really good. Now we also have the red also in Revelations as well, as you can see. It's very nice. We also have some other facts about the Bible in here, and other other methods, study methods. We have teachings of Christ. We have prayers of the Bible, prophecies fulfilled. So you'll get the prophecy in the Old Testament, you'll get the subject, and then you'll get it in the New Testament where it was fulfilled, which was quite good. You also get an archaeology discovery, which is quite interesting. Same as Thompson Chain, that also has this as well. I think the Thompson Chains is a bit more, yeah, it has a bit more of that, but this is still good. It has a basic outline there for you. We have the history of the 12 apostles. So that's quite interesting. We do a study on just the apostles. It's quite a bit of that. There's still quite, even though there's a lot of study stuff at the front of this, there's also a lot of study stuff at the back, which is quite helpful. A guide to the Christian workers. That also will be for the underlining. Okay, you have a good sized concordance in this. So it's about that thick. It is a good size. I didn't count how many pages, but yeah, it is. You have 32 lined pages in the back of this. See, as you can see, it's a glue binding, but there's no separation anywhere in this. It's really good. And we come to our maps. We have 12 maps in this. They're the old maps, as you can see. Quite nice detailed maps. And that's the end. As I, you know, this book is like new. You know, it's even nice and clean. I've got a line there, but you know, they're just my tags for the notes that I was telling you about. But this is quite a clean Bible for the age of it. And I'd like to thank Bible Believing Christian, because she's the one that that gave me this Bible. And I do appreciate this Bible, and I will be using this Bible. Well, like I've been using it today, and I'm going to use it for quite a while. See how I go with it. Yeah, but so far I'm enjoying it. Verse by verse, NASB. And that print on this is gorgeous. That would have to be about close to a 10, I would say this print is. It's a really good size print. And the black's even all the way through too, so there's no fading in this. I just can't get over that red. They really did a nice job on the red in this one. I've seen some of them where the red is just terrible, but this one is just so nice. It pops off the page. They did a good job. And you got some more of that underlining as well here in Luke. And the introductions to Luke, it's quite good. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope that might help answer some of your questions about the NASB Open Bible. If you find one of these, they're like around the 1983, so you're not going to get a new one, but you might be lucky and find a nice second-hand one. I mean, I'm truly grateful for this nice, clean second-hand one. It's a great Bible. And thank you all for watching. Goodbye.